What's going on today? This is David again, just coming to make y'all another video. This video is going to be called Let the Dead Bury Their Dead. This video has been getting built up over some time as I'm doing other videos and studying just little pieces here and there. Um, it was really kicked into gear as I've watched a lot of our great people in the world here of Israel, so-called Negroes, Native Indigenous Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, of Negro or Native Indigenous descent by the house of your father and Pacific Islanders scattered abroad, and the confusion of face. Um, Watching our people, celebrities, political figures within our communities who basically sell out. Um, I just saw that one brother, what's his name? The brother that got killed on TV by the police officer. They just paid him, they just paid their family. They just paid to kill you, and y'all Judas, you take money over life. That's the state you Israelites are in right now. You take money over life. They can kill your son. Just pay me. It's ridiculous. Judas. A lot of your people are sellouts. They love money. They don't really care about you. They love money. Um, there's this one rapper I listen to every now and then. He's very lyrically talented. But he said, what did he say? He said, right is right and wrong is wrong, and y'all ain't never slide yet. Right? A lot of you brothers, you joining in gangs and you're standing with dudes, they wouldn't bust a grape for you. Oh, I love you and all that. They wouldn't bust a grape for you. I'm not like no tough guy or nothing like that, but I'm just telling you what it is. Leave these people alone. You know, a lot of your people, they've sold their soul to money. They don't care about the substance of life. They don't care about having real life. They care about money because the spirit of the Lord is not on them. They want little things in the earth. They don't want a real life. You don't have a life yet. So they are the dead. But for you brethren and you sisters out there and mankind who are coming to this truth, who are seeking real life, you have to make a decision. Let the dead bury their dead. That's right. Let's give all praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and all praises to you lost sheep of the house of Israel and mankind who fears God. Let's get it. The Gospel of Thomas. Yahushua said, this heaven will pass away, and the one above it will pass away. The dead are not alive, right? The people who are walking around, you think they're alive because they have riches and gain. They're the dead. Let's read. And the living will not die, right? Those who he's given life to, who the Lord has chosen his men, they have life. They will not die. They're going to have eternal life. Those who eat and drink, right? Who the Spirit is dealing with. In the days when you consumed what is dead, you made it what is alive, right? You Israelites, you're consuming what Esau's brought to you during slavery, and you mankind, you keep uh, consuming what the beast keeps giving you. So you give it life, right? You notice when this scamdemic thing pulled off, that they were in a rush to get money to the public, to businesses and things, because that's what holds it up. Remember, he is a merchant. The balance of the deceiver in his hand. Once you turn your back on this system, holidays, paganisms, or schools, it can't stand. You stop consuming on things that don't matter, it can't stand. Vanity, clothing, cars. If you just live like a pilgrim, kept gold and silver, you don't need them. They don't want you to do that. But you give it life because you keep worshiping it. Let's read. When you come to dwell in the light, what will ye do? On the day when you were one, you became two. Right. When you come to get this truth, now you're torn. You were once one person, and now you're with the Lord. What are you going to do? Who are you going to choose? Let's read. But when you become two, what will ye do? That's right. What decision are you going to make? Who are you going to side with? There's no in between with the Lord. It's one way or the other. You're either with righteousness in the king or you're with the serpent. There is no in between. What will ye do? Let's read Proverbs 11, verse 7. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perisheth. That's right. Proverbs 13, verses 19 through 21. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil. That's right, you won't let it go. You're lined up around the block during a snowstorm trying to get groceries because you're not prepared, depending on the beast. Let's read. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. That's right, destroyed. A companion of fools shall be destroyed. Oh, you got suddenly shot, right? Standing with fools who wouldn't bust a grape for you. You stronger on your own, but you don't realize it because you lack confidence because you don't want to study the word of the Lord will give strength. Let's read. You're a follower. Let's read. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. Evil pursues sinners. So why are you praising people in your communities who do evil when they get killed? That's justice. Don't you know that? Let's read. Proverbs 24, verses 1 through 2. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. That's right. That's all in our communities. They study destruction. They'll go kill a op, right? Lay you down, rob you, your own people. They're going to get death. They're going to get every piece of evil they want. Let's read. Jeremiah chapter 22, verses 17 through 19. But thine eyes and thine heart are not before thy covetousness. Yeah, people covet money, clothes, cars. That's all they care about. Mankind, that's all you care about. Let's read. And for to shed innocent blood. That's right, you Israelites like killing your own brother. Innocent blood. And for oppression. And for violence to do it. Therefore, thus saith Yahushua concerning Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, they shall not lament for him, saying, Ah, my brother. That's why we don't lament for you. You're not my brother, you're a murderer. Why do I care that you got killed? Good. It'll wake righteousness and truth up in our community. Let's read. Ah, sister. That's right. A lot of young Eves getting found in trunks and cars nowadays. That's right. You better look around. A sister was just found in Queens. Another one just a couple days ago. Makeup all over the face, pressed out hair, attitude, dead in the trunk. Ah, sister. They shall not lament for them, saying, Ah, Lord, or Ah, his glory. Right? The Lord ain't with them. We don't give the Lord's praise to the wicked. He shall be buried with the burial of an ass. That's right. Drawn and cast forth beyond the gates of Jerusalem. They wouldn't get a holy death in a trunk. Right? That's right. Oh, you got shot sitting in your car. Right? Or you perished. They don't get a holy, they don't get sent off with righteousness. We don't stand for them. Let's read. Let the dead bury their dead. The only people who are doing those things are those who are already dead. Let's read. Psalms of Solomon, chapter 4. Let the flesh of men pleasers be rent by wild beasts. That's right. Men pleasers, your followers. Right? What's the wild beast? Your oppressor. Remember they were choking the brother out on camera? Follower. You like to stand with evil. But you see, they pay you off to do it. It's not a blessing. It's mockery. But since you covet money so much, you think it's a blessing. And let the bones of the lawless lie dishonored in the sight of the sun. That's right. Next time a young man gets shot in your neighborhood, let him lie in the sun. Let everybody see the judgment of the wicked man. That's right. Let ravens peck out the eyes of the hypocrites. For they have laid waste many houses of men in dishonor. That's right. They terrorize your community. Let his body sit in the sun. Don't shed tears for them. They don't love their Lord. They're not seeking truth. And scatter them in their lust. That's right. Lust for money. Money over everything. I'm going to smoke my brother over some money or a chain. That's right. And they have not remembered Yahweh, nor feared God in all these things, but they have provoked God's anger and vexed him. May he remove them from off the earth. That's right. Let them get shot down. Let the Lord get them off the earth. That's right. And that's what's happening to you. Judgment is spilling out on you Israelites. It's going to get worse. Because with deceit they beguiled the souls of the flawless. That's right. A lot of you young men are beguiled because of these men. Right? With deceit. Pimping over here. Gang, big gang, gang. Or your oppressor. Right? Deceiving you and not telling you the truth. The house of Israel has to be judged first. Their time is going to come. Let's read. Blessed are they that fear the Lord in their flawlessness. The Lord shall deliver them from guileful men and sinners. Right. How does he deliver you from guileful men? You found out the truth. So you separate yourself from deceit and get away from the sinners around you. And deliver us from every stumbling block of the lawless men. Right. The stumbling block of your oppressor. The lawless. They were not given the covenant. The wicked beasts. Let's read. Let God destroy them that insolently work all unrighteousness. That's right. He's going to threaten you, right? For great and mighty judge is the Lord our God in righteousness. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon all them that love thee. Right. Upon them that love the Lord. How do you love the Lord? You keep his commandments. What's his command as an Israelite according to the law? That you study the word. And yeah, I can prove that that's the law too. What they're telling you is the Torah is not the Torah. And I found a part to prove it, but I'm going to keep building on it because I'm going to do a whole video about it. What you think is the Torah is not the Torah. The law is when the Lord gives one of his servants a command to do something. When did the Lord start giving commands? And who did he give them to? Adam. And on down. Let's read. Testament of Job, chapter 9, verses 1 through 13. And when I spoke in this way to them, there my wife Sidis came running dressed in rags from the service of the master by whom she was employed as slave, though she had been forbidden to leave, for fear that the kings, on seeing her, might take her as captive. Right. This is during the ancient times where it wasn't covered with the weakness of Satan. Right. Let's read. And when she came, she threw herself prostrate to their feet. That's right. Because, see, in the days of ancient, women wouldn't just walk around and be proud around men. They would be very shamefaced because the truth of the Lord existed in the earth. There was no weak covering. There were no police. There were nobody protecting you from judgment if a wicked man was around. They would just take you. Now there's a covering. That covering is going to go away one day. And a lot of women in this earth are going to be in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of wicked men out here who are waiting for social unrest, for things to break out. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell a lot of you sisters out there that you better really think, and you Gentile women, you better really start considering being wise, keeping your eyes open, make sure you got the things you need in your homes to protect yourself, things of that nature. Because it's going to be, what the Lord says, it's going to be an evil time here. Let's read. Crying and saying, remember Eliphaz and you and your other friends what I was once with you. Because remember, he fell down because the Lord has stricken him through Satan, right? They were once kings, they were like royalty. Let's read. And how I've changed and how I am now dressed to meet you. Right, she's in rags now. Because Job was perfect, so the Lord tried him. Let's read. Then the kings broke forth in great weeping, and being in double perplexity, they kept silent. But Eliphaz took his purple mantle and cast it about her to wrap herself up with it. But she asked him, saying, I ask a favor of you, my lords, that you order your soldiers, that they should dig among the ruins of our house which fell upon my children, so that their bones could be brought in a perfect state to the tombs. Right. She wants to have a good burial for her kids who died. Let's read. For as we have, owing to our misfortune, no power at all, and so we may at least see their bones. For have I like a brute the motherly feeling of wild beasts, right? Like a brute for a carnal burial. Let's read. That my 10 children should have perished on one day, and not to one of them could I give a decent burial, right? Because it's a carnal practice. Let's read. And the kings gave order that the ruins of my house should be dug up, but I prohibited it, saying, do not go to the trouble in vain, for my children will not be found, for they are in the keeping of their maker and ruler. Right. So Job is saying, don't do this vanity because my kids are already gone. They're in the keeper of their maker. Job was a righteous man. He taught his children to be righteous, right? He prayed for them for they to be right. Let's read what happens. And the kings answered and said, who will gainsay that he is out of his mind and raves? Right. They're like, what is wrong with you? You don't want to bury your children? Job is a righteous man, fears God. He knows the truth. For while we desire to bring the bones of his children back, he forbids us to do so, saying, they have been taken in place the keeping of their maker. Therefore, prove to us the truth. But I said to them, raise me that I may stand up. And they lifted me, holding up my arms from both sides. And I stood upright and pronounced first the praise of God. And after the prayer, I said to them, look with your eyes to the east. And they looked and saw my children with crowns near the glory of the King, the ruler of heaven. That's right. When that person departs, they're gone. These carnal burials, uh, lunches, dinners, all that, it's all vanity. Once the soul leaves, they're gone. They're either with their maker or they're waiting to be for the day of judgment. Let's read. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, but their departure is taken for misery. The righteous, right? Let's read. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, and have been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For God proved them and found them worthy for himself. What did he say? When God called thee with death, right? As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations, and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. That's right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verses 1 through 20. Better it is to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal, because it is known with Yahweh and with men. When it is present, men take example at it, and when it is gone, they desire it. It weareth a crown, and triumpheth forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards, spiritual rewards, striving for it, laboring. Let's read. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, nor lay any fast foundation. A lot of young men out here dying. That's right. For though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not last, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of winds they shall be rooted out. The imperfect branches shall be broken off, their fruit unprofitable, not ripe to eat, yea, meat for nothing. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial. That's right. Saw this sister. She was, I think it was down south. One of her sons got killed, and then like a couple weeks later, another son got killed. It's a witness against you. But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he be in rest. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. He pleased Yahweh and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners, he was translated. The Lord took you back. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Right? He takes you away when you reach perfection, so you don't turn your back. For the bewitching of naughtiness do obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time. That's right. For his soul pleased the Lord. Soul. Therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and he hath respect unto his chosen. Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living. That's right. And youth that is soon perfected, the many years and old age of the unrighteous. That's right. They shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh and his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end the Lord has set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but God shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass, and a reproach among the dead forevermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up their accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquities shall convince them to their face. That's right. The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verses 14 through 17. Let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give it out of hand. For if thou serve God, he will also repay thee. Be circumspect, my son, in all things that thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation. That's right. Do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee drunken, neither let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey. Right, quit drinking the wine of your oppressor to make you drunk, and taking that education and that drunkenness on your journey in life. Give of thy bread to the hungry. Right, give this knowledge to the hungry. That's right. And of thy garments to them that are naked. And according to thine abundance give alms, and let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms. Pour out thy bread on the burial of the just. That's right. You see a lot of people's burials, they got some pastor preaching, but they're not the just. Right? But give nothing to the wicked. That's right. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 38, verses 16 through 23. My son, let tears fall down over the dead, and being to lament as if thou hadst suffered it, as if thou hadst suffered great harm thyself, and then cover his body according to the custom, and neglect not his burial. Weep bitterly and make great moan, and use lamentation, as he is worthy. That's right. and that a day or two, lest thou be evil spoken of, and then comfort thyself for thy heaviness. Right. For of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. In affliction also sorrow remaineth, and the life of the poor is the curse of the heart. That's right. Mhm. Take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end. Forget it not, for there is no turning again. Thou shalt not do him good, but hurt thyself. Remember my judgment, for thine also shall be so, yesterday for me, and today for thee. When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest, and be comforted for him when his spirit is departed from him. That's right. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 41, verses 1 through 4. Excuse me. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto the man that have nothing to vex him, and that the prosperity in all things, and that hath prosperity in all things, yea, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. Right, you got all these riches, you're not vexed in the world, the Lord has planted you, you're doing great, but you haven't eaten the meat. Let's read. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in his last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaireth, and hath lost patience. Fear not the sentence of death, remember them that have been before thee, and that come after, for this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? That's right. Why are you against the pleasure of the Lord? He's calling his perfect back. There is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou have lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years. That's right. That's right. The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verses 11 through 17. Judah have dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange God. You're married to the woman's spirit, right? And the Levites at this time, they would deal with women of other nations who worship other gods. Let's read. The Lord will cut off the man that doeth this, the master and the scholar, out of the tabernacles of Jacob. Right. Your so-called scholars, educated by the woman's spirit, worshiping false gods, the Lord's going to cut you off. And him that offered an offering unto the Lord of hosts, and this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out, insomuch that he regardeth not thy offering any more, or receiveth it with goodwill at your hand. Right, you're dealing with falsehood, but you're praising the Lord. He's not hearing you. You're dead. Let's read. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth. That's right, you rejected the spirit of the Lord, the she. Let's read. Against whom thou hast dealt treacherously, yet is she thy companion, and the wife of thy covenant. That's right, wisdom. You reject this wisdom. And did not he make one? Aren't you one with this? Adam, Israel? Aren't you a part of the word? Isn't it in your spirit? Aren't you bound to it by blood? Yet had he had the residue of the spirit, that's right. And wherefore one, that he might seek a goodly seed, godly seed, that's right. Therefore, take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. You better not turn your back on the spirit. For Yahushua, the God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away, for one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore, take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. That's right. You covereth violence with your garment. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, every one that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord. Right. Everyone that's evil in your communities, they do good to you. You praise them in their burials. They get passes. You're wearying the Lord with that. They're the dead. The reason you're here. and he delighteth in them. Or where's the God of judgment? Where's the judgment in our community? When you going to start making real judgment? What will ye do when you become two? That's right. Luke chapter 9, verses 59 through 62. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahushua said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay not where to lay his head. That's right. And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahushua said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God. That's right. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. He wants to go back and deal with his family and friends. And Yahushua said unto him, No man, having put his hand to the plough and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. That's right. There's no respect of persons in this. It's either you're with the truth or not. Right? There's another secret saying of the Lord who talks about the fisherman grabs 4 small fish, but the wise fisherman grabs 1 large one and dumps the other ones off. You Israelites, you love the small fish. There's a big game on the line here. And your enemies know about this game, but you don't, because you reject wisdom. Let the dead bury their dead. Make a decision. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and all praise to you lost sheep of the house of Israel and mankind who fears God. Shalom.